Can you understand Danish if you speak another Scandinavian language? Imagine hearing a language that sounds familiar but also a little different. That's what it's like when you speak one Scandinavian language and try to understand another. All three main Scandinavian languages, Danish, Norwegian, and Swedish, come from the same Old Norse language spoken hundreds of years ago. Because of this shared history, they have many similarities in vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure. This means if you speak Norwegian or Swedish, you can usually read Danish quite well. The written forms are very similar, making it easier to understand texts or signs in Danish. However, understanding spoken Danish can be trickier. Danish pronunciation is quite unique. It often sounds softer or more compressed compared to Norwegian and Swedish. This can make it hard for speakers of the other languages to catch every word when listening. Norwegians, especially those from the eastern parts, tend to understand Danish better than Swedes do. That's because Norwegian pronunciation has stayed closer to Danish over the years. Swedish speakers often find Danish harder to understand when they hear it spoken. They might recognize the words in writing, but the sound of Danish can be confusing. This difference in understanding is also influenced by how much exposure people have to each other's media and culture. Norwegians who watch Danish TV or listen to Danish music tend to understand Danish more easily. Swedes, who are less exposed to Danish media, may find it more difficult. Dialects also play a role. Some Danish dialects, like the one from Bornholm, are especially hard for other Scandinavians to understand, even if they speak Danish as their first language. These regional accents can sound very different from the standard Danish you hear in Copenhagen. In everyday life, many Scandinavians switch to English when they need to be precise or when they're unsure about understanding each other fully. This is common in business or formal settings. It's a way to avoid misunderstandings caused by pronunciation or dialect differences. This close linguistic connection reflects a shared heritage and identity across Scandinavia. It makes cross-border communication easier and helps keep cultural ties strong. Still, each language has its own unique features that can sometimes make understanding a little tricky. But overall, if you speak one Scandinavian language, you will likely understand a lot of Danish, especially in writing and in familiar contexts.